Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, Tom from TTT Tom's Tech Time. Welcome to a brand new episode. Recently I received a parcel and inside was the Ronin-S. No, it's the Ronin-SC because it just looks like the Ronin-S. And I was like, why did they send me the Ronin-S again? And even on the focus module over here it says Ronin-S. But it is the all-new Ronin-SC and I want to introduce it to you. Let's get started. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and of course don't forget to subscribe to never again miss any of my upcoming episodes. No. Seriously, where's the Phantom 5? Where's the Spark 2? The Inspire 3? Instead, you now come up with a new Ronin, the Ronin-SC, after people just invested in the Ronin-S? Ay, ay, ay.
The new Ronin-SC is not the successor of the former model, the Ronin-S. Instead, it is a gimbal for a different class of cameras. While the Ronin-S was made to handle larger DSLRs, the new Ronin-SC is DJI's both smallest and lightest professional camera gimbal. It weighs less than 1.2 kilograms. It's built to stabilize smaller mirrorless cameras such as the Sony A7 or the Panasonic GH5 series for example, and of course many other mainstream cameras. The Ronin-SC is a professional tool. It feels both valuable and robust, and the handling is not news to owners of other DJI gimbals. It comes with all the knobs, buttons and joysticks we already know. There is, for example, a trigger button at the front to reset the position of the gimbal or to access vlogging mode. There is a joystick to control the direction of the gimbal manually. There is a record button that you can use when attaching a cable to both your camera and the gimbal. And if you buy the Pro version of the Ronin-SC, then you even get a focus wheel for manual focus pulling. Most importantly though, the new Ronin-SC does an excellent job stabilizing video recordings. Comparing a shot filmed with the gimbal to a carefully handheld shot shows the power of this device.
After DJI released the Ronin-S, they were facing quite some criticism, mainly because of the weight. The Ronin-S was quite heavy, especially for vlogging situations. It was way too heavy, but the Ronin-SC right now is way lighter and it is smaller. Always keep in mind that this at the bottom can be unscrewed. It's just a little stand for the Ronin-SC. So that's the first thing that DJI changed with the Ronin-SC. They made it smaller and lighter. But DJI enhanced it even further. Let's take a look at the enhancements.
First, DJI installed 3 small switches that lock the axis of the gimbal in place. No more bouncing gimbal parts while carrying the device. Everything sits neatly and safely in place, nothing twists, nothing turns. Transporting the Ronin-SC is pretty comfortable. DJI as well enhanced the build-up and balancing procedure. It still takes a while to balance the gimbal correctly, and sometimes it can even get quite frustrating if you're new to gimbals. But all in all, it is nice that you can lock the axes independently from each other. That makes the balancing process more efficient, which can be very helpful, especially in situations where speed is just a prerequisite, like for example when filming a wedding.
Because using the Ronin app is a must, DJI includes a phone bracket that can be attached to the camera's hot shoe mount or to the side of the Ronin within seconds. The bracket lets you switch the phone from the horizontal to the vertical position and vice versa without any problems. The app is power and helpful if you know how to handle it. It is not buggy, but it takes a while until you understand all the different features and settings. At first you can easily get lost. Make sure to get used to the app before being on your first shooting. The app features all modes that we already know from the other Ronin models, like for example a time-lapse and a motion-lapse mode, a virtual joystick to control the gimbal, and a motion control tool that lets you focus on walking while the gimbal moves a particular preset path. But there are two new modes. Force Mobile lets you take control of the gimbal even from a distance, no cables needed. You just move the phone and the inside gyro of your phone then measures the motion and it automatically transfers the motion to the gimbal that then imitates the action. The gimbal easily passed a quick distance test, the signal was reliable and consistent for more than 10 meters. But I could actually not get the final hang of the tool. Sometimes the gimbal nicely moved into the direction I moved my phone to, some other times though, it ran into the wrong direction and the gimbal did not at all imitate the move I made with the phone. I'm pretty sure it's just a bug and it will be fixed in the future, but I had to mention it as it happened repeatedly throughout the testing session. Maybe the coolest feature of the Ronin-SC, and it is incredibly helpful, is the so-named active track. You firstly attach your smartphone with the phone clamp to the top of the camera, and then you adjust it, you lean it forwards or backwards, so it kind of like sees the same that your camera sees. Then you take a closer look at the app. You press create, open up active track, and then you draw a box around an object that you want to track. And then the magic happens. When you then start to walk around the place, the gimbal wirelessly, and that's the cool thing, wirelessly starts to always track the selected object. And it works way better than expected. And I'm sure that in the future I'll be using this function heavily. Because I know that sometimes, turning with a gimbal can be quite difficult. Sometimes it looks a bit stuttery because the gimbal either follows too fast or too slow. And the active track really kind of smoothens that, and it looks incredibly good. So the active track function, I think, is the greatest new invention and a big advantage of the new Ronin-SC compared to the other Ronin models. The Ronin-SC is so far my favorite Ronin model, and that is not only because it is made for smaller mirrorless cameras, and I'm mainly using smaller mirrorless cameras. I'm not all the time picking my Blackmagic and running around with that, but it is because of some of the functions and features. Firstly, it is lighter than the Ronin-S, for example. It is smaller than the Ronin-S, which means it is more compact for traveling. As well as it now features these cool travel locks. Nothing is shaking, nothing is moving when I just hold it. I really like the smartphone clamp, and I really like some of the modes. The Active Track 3.0 mode, even though I didn't really have the time to test it a lot, might be helpful in the future during my travels, for example. And I can only say that the Ronin-SC seems to be a good deal. Why am I saying it only seems to be a good deal? That is because DJI did not tell me the price that this is gonna retail on. I don't know how much it's gonna cost later. You can click on the product links in the description below the video and then you'll know the pricing. But right now, as of today, I'm filming this video without knowing how much it is gonna cost. So maybe it's gonna be priced way too expensive. Maybe it's gonna have an amazing price tag. I don't know yet. Check it out yourself. Now don't forget to leave a thumbs up and of course don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise you'll miss out on some great upcoming episodes. Stay tuned and fly and film safe.